Is there anything that could convince you that Giannis was not an asshole for pushing the ladder over?
No. And I don't even think you're being a homer if you say no. I think it just boils it down to the dude making $12 an hour or whatever the fuck he makes, but like you're $100 million athlete, man. Like let the dude do his job.
Yeah,
You
don't be a
guys
dickhead.
you guys don't have to fly out the next day, so you're not like crunched for time. You don't
Yeah.
play till Monday. Let the dude do his job, and then you can get back on the free throw line. But supposedly there's this unwritten rule where, and I think only Kyle Lowry has ever been, quote unquote, able to do it back in like 2019 for some reason. But supposedly there's an unwritten rule where it's like away players aren't allowed to shoot around after games. It's only
Yeah.
the home guys.
And I don't know. It's like it's funny to me because I actually misread that the first time because when I was watching the video back, I thought it was a Wells Fargo Center employee, and they may have been around there too, just doing security around the court. But the guy with the ladder, and I should have seen this right away, but he was going up to pull the camera off
Mhm.
the backboard because ESPN has a different. It was a national TV game the Friday night, and then on Saturday night there was a local TV game, so they had to switch the camera setup back. There was no Flyers game. There's no Wings. There's none of that shit. There's no Frozen on Ice or whatever, right? So they didn't have to like do that kind of flip. But it makes Giannis look worse because all the guy would have had to do is like take 5 minutes to go up the
Yeah.
ladder and pull the thing down, and then he could have kept shooting. You know what I mean? They weren't collapsing the backboard. They weren't doing anything like that. So what I think happened, I can assume that Montrezl Harrell came over, took the ball from Giannis. He went back over, left the court to go get two more, and the guys probably thought, okay, Giannis is done here. So they went to go to do their jobs. And even though it's not an arena employee who's turning around and coming back on short rest to work at the arena again, if that's an ESPN guy or a TV guy or whatever the fuck, like, that person could theoretically have to be getting into a van and going to the next city or getting on a plane and go to the next. And so regardless of who the employee was or who he was working for, what specifically his job was, I mean, the bottom line is that you're like preventing regular people from doing what they have to do. Go shoot 5,000 fucking free throws back in Milwaukee. It's like part of that to me is like, I think people fall for that sometimes. It's like, oh, this guy's on the grind, he's
Yeah.
getting his shots up and he's just trying to get better. It's like, whatever, man, you lost the game. Just go the fuck home and you can shoot 1,000 free throws at the facility the next day. Like, to me, there's some posturing.
Yeah, all he wanted to do was
Yeah.
make what, 10 in a row and be done?
Yeah.
Like, does it
Yeah.
does it matter that day? Are you guys going to lose the NBA Finals? You're going to miss out on a playoff spot because Giannis didn't shoot 10 free throws after going 4 for 15. I understand you're frustrated, but like, what's going on? Go
Yeah.
ahead, Russ.
I hate defending this, but like players
What
are
you gonna do?
creatures of habit, right? They're total creatures of habit. They're weird. Players are weird. And what that does in that moment, Giannis going out shooting free throws after like being terrible at free throws. We could say that it's lip service, we could say it's posturing. But you see that as a fan of the Bucks and you say he's working at his craft. And like you might still be pissed off at Giannis for like missing free throws, but you go, "All right, the guy could just as easily take a shower, go home." He goes back out and he's doing it. And in fairness, if this were happening like in the Ben Simmons days, if we had watched Ben Simmons go 2 for 10 from the line, and at the end of the game, we see Ben Simmons is out there while all the workers, like doing their thing, he's out there shooting free throws because he's pissed at himself and he's trying to hone his craft. We'd be like, you know what? Fuck Ben for missing all these shots, but at the same time, like, good, I'm glad he's working on it. Dickheads would be like, good, he should be. You better be working on his free throws. The issue is like, is ESPN on that much of a time crunch? I'm not saying that what Giannis did with the ladder was a good thing. It wasn't. But like, I don't know. You own the rights to the A package for this league. The biggest star in the league, or one of the 2-3 biggest stars in the league, is doing his thing. Make that the last camera you take down. Like just let the guy kind of do his thing.
That's usually
I don't know.
that's usually how you work around it, right? If you have like an obstacle in any kind of work that you're doing, okay, let me go do what else I can do. I get that take. I just think from a purely, like optics standpoint in a vacuum, he just looks like a dickhead for pushing the ladder. And it's not like it's not like he shoved the thing over. He just tried to move it out of the way. And then it
And
kind of
ladders
like
are
got
weird, and
caught
they
up and it
kinda.
toppled. Yeah. So
If
whatever.
you
I
watch
just
pro
thought it was,
wrestling enough, like you'll know, like those
well,
things
is that
don't
what's
cooperate.
next? Yeah,
No, I'm
ladders,
just saying they
tables, and
don't.
chairs.
Ladders don't cooperate.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
kind of like if they got rubber on the bottom, they're gonna kind of buck, and it makes it look worse.
Here's a converse point. I don't even know if that's a right expression.
Don't try to use 11th grade words, Kyle.
It'll work. Yeah.
Just grunt.
Montrezl Harrell's out there shooting after the game. He's got 3 points in 7 minutes the next day. It's like, did Montrezl Harrell really have to take the ball? Did he really have to do his shooting routine because he probably wanted to go out and
He's corny too for
and
he
party?
looks
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's your lip service on the other side.
Yeah.
If nobody confronts Giannis, no one cares. We all say he looks like a dick for pushing the ladder. Montrezl Harrell goes out, and it's almost self-serving, right? Like, are the ESPN workers and the arena workers gonna be like, wow, man, Montrezl Harrell really went to bat for us on this one? No. Montrezl Harrell was very cognizant of the fact that like somebody's probably filming this, and and it's gonna be known that I like defended the workers, and like he's gonna get some shine because he's not going to otherwise.